Now at noon, the Supreme Court has handed President Trump a win in his immigration crackdown here in Los Angeles. Thanks for joining us for the KTLA 5 News at noon. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. The High Court has ruled that federal agents can stop and detain anyone they suspect is in the country illegally.
KTLA 5's Kimberly Chang is live in our news center with the latest developments and reaction. Kimberly?
Glenn, Lou, the latest decision by the Supreme Court will allow federal agents to continue to conduct sweeping immigration operations in Los Angeles the way they were doing them. Now, previously, a U.S. district judge found that patrols by federal agents in L.A. were indiscriminate and tactics used violated the Constitution. A restraining order was issued barring agents from stopping people solely based on race, language, job, or location. Well, today, the justices lifted that order. The Supreme Court's 6-3 decision is a victory for the Trump administration. Justice Brett Kavanaugh wrote in part, "To be clear, apparent ethnicity alone cannot furnish reasonable suspicion. Under this court's case law regarding immigration stops, however, it can be a relevant factor when considered along with other salient factors." In a dissent joined by two other colleagues, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote, "Countless people in the LA area have been grabbed, thrown to the ground, and handcuffed simply because of their looks, their accents, and the fact they make a living by doing manual labor. Today, the court needlessly subjects countless more to these exact same indignities." Loyola Law School professor Jessica Levinson broke down what the decision means.
It's the Supreme Court saying that ICE agents can essentially continue doing what they were previously doing, which is that they can continue these raids where they are rounding up people and detaining them in order to determine their immigration status.
The reaction is coming in. The Department of Homeland Security posted on X, quote, "DHS law enforcement will continue to flood the zone in Los Angeles. This decision is a victory for the safety of Americans in California and for the rule of law. DHS will continue to arrest and remove the criminal illegal aliens that the mayor is protecting." LA Mayor Karen Bass responded with, quote, "Today's ruling is not only dangerous, it's un-American and threatens the fabric of personal freedom in the United States of America." The mayor also said she will continue to fight for Angelino's rights. California Attorney General Rob Bonta, speaking at a press conference today, also addressed the matter, calling the High Court's decision disturbing.
We'll see what happens next. This is, an emergency petition. The U.S. Supreme Court could have stayed out of it and allowed the lower court proceedings to continue, but they decided that they wanted to weigh in.
And you can see people gathering in Chicago there to protest the president's renewed threats to send federal immigration agents and National Guard troops to Chicago. Trump made multiple posts on Truth Social, including one that said, quote, "I love the smell of deportations in the morning. Chicago is about to find out why it's called the Department of War."
We could do the same thing in Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. We did it. We saved Los Angeles. We saved Los Angeles, Dan. You know that. Los Angeles was a mess. If we didn't send our troops in, Gavin Newsom would have had a real problem.
Meanwhile, the ACLU Foundation of Southern California also reacting to the Supreme Court decision today, saying it is a devastating setback and that they will continue fighting the, quote, "administration's racist deportation scheme." Reporting live in News Center, Kimberly Chang, KTLA 5 News.
Kimberly, thank you. And there is concern about fires being sparked by the homeless in the Sepulveda Basin.
Today, crews are on site cleaning up encampments and brush in the area. KTLA 5's Alina Abovian live in Encino with more. Alina?
Hi there, Lou and Glenn. It's super hot. The brush right behind me is very dry. So, of course, there is a concern of fires happening here, also considering all the homeless encampments. Now, take a look behind me. We're talking about 600 acres of land. It makes up the Sepulveda Basin, and you can see just how dense the vegetation is here. Now, take a look at this video. This is from Sky 5 earlier this morning. It really gives you a full picture of what we're talking about here. The cleanup expected to start early this morning, essentially from the 405 freeway Freeway along Burbank Boulevard down to Woodley. Now, this cleanup, the Army Corps of Engineers responsible for this. We're talking about all the tents, the trash, more than 700 reported fires in the Sepulveda Basin in the last year and a half alone. And according to one study, they say in order to clean up just 1 acre, it would take about 3.5 weeks. So if we have 600 acres to clean up, you do the math, it certainly will take several months, if not years, to get this project complete. Now, last week on September 4th, there was a small fire here, but thankfully that was put out pretty quickly. Currently, an estimated 200 to 300 homeless people live in the Sepulveda Basin. A few weeks ago, the Encino Neighborhood Council held a public safety meeting to express the concerns of city officials and of residents. Residents mostly frustrated at the pace the city is working to get this done, and some of them saying the encampment and the people who live at the encampment are essentially living in the middle of a tinderbox. So far, the city has cleared a few acres, and their process must be done properly considering the health hazards, the booby traps, and the thick vegetation and lack of manpower. Last year, Governor Gavin Newsom also issued an executive order directing cities to clean up encampments, and this is just one example. Recently, the governor also announcing he is assigning a task force to remove the dangerous encampments and to provide resources to those who are being moved away from here. Now, back out here live, again, we have not come cleaning crews. Maybe there was some sort of miscommunication regarding what time they're going to be starting, but we knew that. That this is top of mind, certainly for the Encino Neighborhood Council, and they are working to get this done as quickly as possible. I'm Lena Bevin reporting live. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Alina. One person is dead and another wounded after a shooting at a McDonald's drive-thru in East Hollywood. It happened early Saturday morning in the 1000 block of Western Avenue, just south of Santa Monica Boulevard. Police say that 21-year-old Humberto Delgado got into an argument with them and then opened fire. 36-year-old Feliciano Curiel Martinez, known as Felix, was killed. A woman believed to be his fiancée is hospitalized. Their family is heartbroken.
It's definitely going to take a toll on a lot of us, including myself, because he was a great guy. You know, we partied, we had fun, we did a lot of cool family trips together, and now it's like everything was taken in a flash.
Delgado claims he shot them in self-defense. He has been booked for voluntary manslaughter. Bail is set at $100,000. Well, hundreds of millions of dollars in sex abuse settlements appears to be draining the city of Santa Monica's budget.
And officials are said to be ready to declare a fiscal emergency. KTLA 5's Jennifer McGraw reports.
Last summer, the mayor here in Santa Monica said the city is in a state of an emergency due to homelessness and crime. Now they say they're in a financial crisis. City leaders say the dire financial situation is a result of a shortfall in revenue combined with a massive lawsuit payout. Santa Monica has historically relied on tax revenue from tourism and travel to support the city's extensive services. And as a result of the pandemic, there was a sudden near 27% decline in the general fund revenue. The city council ended up reducing the budget and eliminating 300 permanent positions and 100 temporary positions. And city services have not been restored to the same level since before COVID. And numerous capital projects have remained unfunded. The problem also exacerbated by legal challenges, including payouts related to a notorious alleged sexual abuser who worked for the city. The city has paid out more than $229 million in settlements relating to sexual abuse by former Santa Monica police dispatcher. Eric Oler worked with boys and girls at a police nonprofit's after-school program, and according to a 2018 report, several former Santa Monica city employees told detectives they reported Oler's misconduct. Councilmember Dan Hall says he's worried the city is headed towards bankruptcy. And when it comes to crime and homelessness, people around here say they need more policing, but also more funding.
Even the police believe they don't have enough police. So I've always been very critical of the police department, and I had actually talked to one of them, and they were implementing a program where social workers would work with them and the homeless, which I thought was a really good program. The issue is they don't have enough money even for the social workers.
City council members will meet on Tuesday to discuss this financial crisis. Here in Santa Monica, Jennifer McGraw, KTLA 5 News.
Well, a list of the 25 safest major U.S. cities is out.
California is home to 5 of them. Here's one of them. San Jose is ranked the safest big city according to a survey by Smart Asset. It came out on top for every safety metric that was considered. That includes having the lowest violent crime rate, 5th lowest in property crimes, and 4th lowest in drug overdoses per capita. Following San Jose is here in SoCal. Los Angeles came in 2nd on the list, followed by Fort Worth, Texas, Omaha, Nebraska, and Virginia Beach, Virginia.
And now, as for those other California cities we said were on the list, they are Long Beach, which came in 11th on the list, San Diego 13th, and Sacramento 15th. All right, Casey Montoya, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Cool
Happy
down coming?
Cooler
Is
weather.
that the ocean behind you? I can't tell. Right?
Yeah.
Little-
Can you see it? Look close. Put
Oh,
your
yeah.
glasses on.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did within the hour start to see some clearing in Santa Monica. Santa Monica, South Bay, fog kind of moving in though. It's breaking up. I think you guys will see some sunshine as we head into the afternoon. Temperatures though for everyone start cooling off today. You'll really feel the difference tomorrow, and it's going to be a very comfortable week here in SoCal. 92 will be the high in Lancaster today. Notice how we don't see triple digits on here, and we have for the last week for the high desert and the valley.